Well,
Okay.
welcome back.
Hey, look where we
Hey,
are.
look at that. Light, action, we're here. It's times3.blogspot.com.
That's it.
And guess what? We have over 15,000 hits today.
15,000 people have listened.
Have
to
viewed,
us.
well, looked at the blog, read our stuff, read Harry's poems, looked at my paintings.
Well, you got a picture
Read
of Joey
Don's jokes.
Bishop and me that's 50 years old.
You guys are sleeping in the picture.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
No, we were acting for a press agent like it's such hard work to write a TV show.
You're good actors.
It's amazing how much people don't recognize how much work goes in, even into the worst sitcom. Oh God.
What was that, Joey, sitcom you're writing for, or was that for the talk show?
But I know the talk show was where I was the head writer. But
Yeah.
I've written sitcoms, and sitcoms, the worst shows. Those guys work and they rehearse, and after rehearse they don't like it. They rewrite the entire script. They work, and as soon as they finish taping Friday night, they give them the script to learn over the weekend to start Monday.
Well,
about this?
no rest for the wicked.
How about this? When I did Taxi Driver, we'd show up at the St. Regis and Marty Sweet. We'd do our lines, improvise. The secretary would record it. Then we'd show up at night at the Belmore cafeteria with a whole new script. We'd compress, we'd take that, and then we'd improvise off of that again. But you cannot change the action of a film, right? But you can improvise the language, because sometimes people write a script 10 years ago and then it takes them 5 years to get done. The language isn't fresh anymore.
Oh yeah, it's
You can
changed.
change anything, but you cannot change the action of the film.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm the guy who's going to kill you, I can't not kill you, but we can talk about whatever comes to mind, right, on the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's a whole, I don't know anything about these sitcoms. You know, you're the expert on that.
No,
What was the name of
expert.
the Joy Bishop
They were-
sitcom?
Joey Bishop show.
Joey Bishop
very,
show,
Very
yeah.
imaginative.
Well, that was a variety show,
Took
wasn't it?
us months to arrive at that name.
Well,
No,
No, yeah, you had a sitcom first.
no, he never had a variety show. He took over the Tonight Show.
Tonight Show, yeah. Where he had like a Tonight Show style
And
show.
then he had his own to the Tonight Show on ABC. And we were destroyed that first night by Johnny Carson. And I'll never forget, I wrote a joke. I said, I don't say we did too bad last night, but we were beat out by a Canadian training film. And this got Joey so mad. He says, don't preach failure. I says, this is not a nightclub.
No,
in
Canadians
Pittsburgh."
make good training films.
No, but I'm saying everybody knows the ratings. It's newspapers. It's
Yeah,
the
that's
big
right,
time.
yeah.
You're not going to hide this.
You talk about failure. An artist friend of mine, Robert Walker, on his refrigerator, he's got paint, fail, get up, and fail again.
Yeah.
You just keep putting it out there, right?
Keep on
Oh yeah,
doing
you got to
it.
keep doing and not worry about the
One thing I
failures.
never understood about variety shows. You know, there's singing, there's comedy, and there's this and that. But then it says written by so-and-so. And you think, how can somebody put written by when it's not, he didn't write everything, right?
No, well, it's written by a group. There's usually 4 or 6 writers on a variety show. And the show is broken down into pieces.
Yeah, you got the skits and everything.
And
So
after the first two weeks, they set a pattern. And you write the neighborhood sketch, and you write that sketch, and they lose all the original creativity. That's the one thing that Roseanne Barr was very smart about, vicious but smart. She felt that you fire the whole writing staff after the first year, and
Yeah.
then you fire the second year writing staff after the second year, because the writers give you their best shot.
right up front.
Just got the job, you know.
Yeah.
And once they get the job, a lot of bits are cemented into place, and they practically phone it in. And she knew that, and they hated her for that, but she was right.
All right,
Yeah.
Andrew Luke Oldman, right?
Oldham.
Oldham.
Look how they followed me with my check.
You want me to keep it inside,
no, I'm
honey?
only kidding.
You told me to bring it
I
out.
know, you
Put your
Joe,
pretty face in here
Joe.
for a
Thank
minute,
you.
Chloe. Come around here, put your pretty face in here.
See, here's the woman.
Happy
who's-
Valentine's
Happy
to all my
Valentine's Day,
boys.
Yeah, happy Valentine's.
World.
Everybody
They love
comes here to see Gloria.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you go in there and there's
Happy
half of the people
Valentine's.
that
Happy
see Gloria.
Valentine's.
it. Oh my
I love
God!
you all.
Look at that
Love
bill.
you.
Look at that bill.
Good seeing you, Gloria.
John,
But
Daddy.
But what I was going to say, he was talking about people they have one agent till they get to, he's the guy who created and formed the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, then they go on to another agent.
He kept the agent up here, and then they let go of that one and take the next one. You didn't do that, did you?
Oh yeah, because as a matter of fact, they had it so tight in New York that you could only work for one agent. Controlled all the record stars. There was record stars. There was a record star and a comic. That was the thing there. And they controlled. So in order to really make it to the next level, you got to work all these little nightclubs as an opening act, and you couldn't get the job unless you worked for Willie Weber, who was the agent. And then he got you to a certain point where suddenly
Bye.
you got hot. Like then they had a place called the Casa Seville in Queens, where if you were hit there, that was your entrance to the Copacabana. So you worked all these clubs, and they said you're ready. They played the Casa Seville, and you got the Copa, and immediately you got a new manager.
Do you have a Valentine's Day joke?
No, Valentine's is not a joke. I found that once when I missed it.
Yeah, never miss Valentine's
I
Day.
never thought it was a serious holiday until my wife looked at me after 50 years of marriage with those little pools of. Oh my God!
You
All I
forgot me
bought
on
was
Valentine's?
One little chewy candy or something. And today is Valentine's Day, and I have not bought it yet.
Happy Valentine's Day, Holly. I know you want to say Happy Valentine's
How
Day.
did this start?
It started because today is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but how did
Saint
it start?
Valentine's.
What did
Bobby
he do?
Cupid.
What did he do that he was an authority on love?
Yeah, I think
A lot
that
of
was it. Yeah.
girlfriends, He preached love. That
St.
love was
Valentine's Day Massacre.
important. Well, that's that.
Well, that's it.
That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the holiday.
That's because the mob loved their enemies.
You were talking
So he
about
did them a
agents.
favor.
I've been with
So you don't know that? I
I don't
figured
know
you
that.
know that. And
No.
you don't know that either.
No,
You
yes.
don't know how
David, he's the expert.
Valentine's Day was found and created, and who's the founder of Valentine? Saint Valentine.
Well, that's what it's named for, Saint
Is it
Valentine.
biblical from the Bible?
No,
So it was C's candy.
probably.
You can only get that at the airport.
Some guy
Yeah,
thought
Hallmark
C's candy.
Hallmark Hall of Fame.
Listen, we got all this candy, and a good way to get rid of it. You know,
Okay, that's it.
that's the end of that candy. But I thought that was funny that you go on and nobody knows the origin of Saint Valentine. When was the first time they celebrated it? What was the date?
All right, here's something about it, the 14th, right? I know. When I did Silence of the Lambs, they opened it on Valentine's Day, 1991, I believe.
Well, that's a sentimental movie. Yeah.
Sweet little family.
You were talking about agents earlier. I've been with my same agency since 1976.
Yeah, and they're fed up. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah,
Well, you should tell this
Michael
agency
Rosen,
of yours to
Dave
watch, look at the blog.
Yeah, well, one of them died. Michael Rosen died, unfortunately, at age 53. Ernie Dade retired, and the woman who was the secretary then is the agent now, Kathleen Schultz.
And that's your agent.
Are you still with your same agent from 30
No,
some years ago?
God, I had so many agents and so many.
35 years ago. Who's your agent
Oh,
now?
Howie Rapp has been my man for about 30 years.
Now, you saw your interview with Skippy Lowe from a couple of years back, and we put it up. We posted it on the blog, and if you're watching this, go to the blog and see it.
That got a lot of hits. People love those. Seeing 3 film clips in a row.
Well, I saw how many hits it got on YouTube. You should see how many hits we got on the blog.
Well, no, if somebody watches on the blog, that's a hit, and
Yeah.
it is also added to the YouTube.
If they turn it on, yeah.
Yeah.
If they click it on, you've almost got as many views through the blog now as you had on YouTube.
People love the blog. They love your videos. They love the pictures of you. They love the interview, that long interview, a 50-page interview that David put up. I think it was a Canadian interview. And they love David's paintings. I mean, they're just
How do you
beautiful.
know?
Because I
we get
emails.
feedback, yeah.
I get emails all the time.
There's feedback, there's comments. We get people saying,
You
I
don't get
love this.
emails?
Never got it.
Oh God, I go home. There'll be
Well,
something
I
else.
send the ones to Harry that are related to Harry and Holly, their poem. And
We get emails all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
it goes around the world. You're a YouTube star in Germany.
yeah.
Well, look, thanks a million for all you've done. David does incredible work on it. These.
Why do you keep thanking me so much.
Yeah, just cut me a check.
I
Oh,
appreciate all that. We know
You have to
feel
be
like this.
thankful.
But he is. He thanks everybody.
We should be thankful.
I
mean,
never heard
look,
a negative word out of him.
No, you should be thankful. Each minute we have is a possible moment to create something new. If you're not doing that, you know that line Bob Dylan, he who's not busy being born is busy dying.
Yeah.
We have to be thankful and keep being creative, right?
well,
You know,
good old Bobby Dylan.
look at this, the blue sky, the palm trees, the light.
Beautiful day.
Look how well dressed David is. Look how clean you are.
Freezing. I'm freezing, and he's got his shirt on. That's Canada.
Look at he's
and
got
United
those beautiful
States.
pleated pants,
And
that beautiful
you-
shirt.
Well, it's a
Midwest.
warm day today in West Hollywood.
No,
You always
it's
dress like you're
59
cold.
degrees. It's not warm.
No, it's 70 degrees in
When?
West Hollywood
Really
right
now?
now. Yeah.
Because I when I drove here, the
Oh, in the valley it's cold.
said
Yeah.
it was 59 degrees.
Yeah, that's the valley. Here it's warm.
Do you ever sing that song, Bend Your Head Over, Hear the Wind Blow, and you're in the valley?
No. Bend your head over and hear the wind blow. Yeah.
You're a good singer.
Oh yeah, great. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Do you ever sing in your act?
Billy Eckstein, I worked with him once, and he would not let me sing hum backstage. He said, "Please."
Yeah, save our
change
ears.
Chords in the middle of a note. I didn't know what he was talking about until I had a musician explain it to me. What I do, I don't know. I don't know these people. They have perfect pitch, and they just hear that it's a C. How do you know it's a C? I know what fingers on a guitar to finger a C.
Well, if you're a
They get
musician,
chord.
you better know what C sharp is when you hear it, and you better know what B flat is when you hear it.
That's the only
You
musician.
talk about perfect pitch. How about the imperfections of the world? Let's honor the imperfections of the world too, because there's a lot of imperfection.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just do your best and you have to abandon it. You say, I did the best I could, and you go on to the next, right?
Yeah, watch American Idol. You'll see a lot of imperfection.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch that show.
Oh
I
boy,
hate competitive shows.
talk about
So all they have is competitive
pitchy singing.
shows. Performers competing against each other, winners and losers. It's supposed to be an ambience of joy and uplifting. And it turns out to be a cesspool of commerce and money and deals and suing, backstabbing and murder and drugs.
Doesn't sound that uplifting.
It isn't. It isn't. They've turned an uplifting experience into death. And
Where's the
murder.
harmony?
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no appreciation of it. This guy who came in singing opera today, that was a true appreciation. All of a sudden, a voice boomed into your life.
I've known Paul about 30 years. He's a wonderful person.
What's
He's
his complete name, Paul? What?
Paul Vasari, something like that.
Very good
He's a
singer.
wonderful singer, you know, kind of a Maria Alonso type. But, you know, he makes a living painting houses, contracting. He's a wonderful person. He's a little hyper. He's like, you know, he's probably about 70. He's great, though. I
He's
haven't
70?
I haven't seen him for about 2 years. No,
Still a kid.
no.
Still a kid. Yeah.
He's got a lot of
Still-
exuberance.
Still breaking into the business.
Well,
Just
oh,
want- all right. You were going to ask what the word of the day is?
not yet. I was just gonna
I
say.
was reading something today about introverts.
Yeah.
And Carl Jung, you mentioned him a while back. He's the guy who introduced in 1921 the aspect of the introversion, the introvert. You know, Paul was no introvert. That's kind of what I was driving at.
No, when you have that much talent, why should you be an introvert?
Yeah. Let
I
it.
wouldn't even talk. I would sing to people.
Yeah, shoot it out. Make it
You
happen.
make people laugh, so that's your gift, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Have you always known you were a funny guy?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel vulnerable when you tell a joke and
No.
you always just feel you make people laugh and that's it?
No, sometimes you don't make them laugh. So what? What is it?
Do you feel
What
bad
is
when
it?
you
What
don't
is
do
it?
that?
What is it? A felony?
Could be.
It's a mild sentence. You didn't make them laugh. What could they give you? 6 days in jail or
Feel
something?
guilty?
Well, as they always say, that comedian died tonight. They always.
always say that.
It's in finality. It's
And comics, that's the weird thing that I still can't explain because it happened to me myself. You really put yourself through such pains and agonies if you bomb. And what was it? It was 100 people in a room somewhere in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
You got $200 for it, and a few people were unhappy or something.
But Don, I've seen you tell jokes and you didn't kill him. You only sent him to the hospital for 6 weeks.
Yeah, well,
Wait.
you got to brush up on your sense of humor.
a little bit. Now,
Your acting is draining you.
I guess
What's the
Harry.
magic word for today?
Well, I don't know. I think Harry
Introvert.
has it. Oh, it's introvert. Yeah,
Introvert.
you were trying to say
Introvert?
that.
Yeah, that's the whole essence of 20th century poetry. The Symbolist Poets Anthology, 1899, the interpretation of dreams by Freud in 1899 and the Imagist poets early in the 20th century. It's no more reliance on the iambic pentameter or the external. It's your own internal rhythms. That's what counts, right?
Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
So
what the heck
introvert,
you said.
that's our word of the day.
The faintest idea what you said.
You knew
I
very
didn't want
well.
to butt in. You
You
were
knew
having,
very
you were
well,
having a
Don.
good time.
You know more than you let
And
on.
let's see now.
Works well for me. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.